usual Saturday Night Live, but I'm thinking I'm having a bit of a thing going on at the moment where I'm thinking about taking a break from YouTube for a little bit. Well, I might keep making the videos for a little while longer, but I think I need a break from live streaming at least for a little bit. So let's see who's coming in and who's joining us. White Wolf, how are you doing? Thanks very much for coming in. Yeah, we're very good, thanks. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. So yeah, I'm just thinking I mean, YouTube at the moment's taking a lot out of me. I'm putting a lot in. It takes a lot of time that I'm putting in, and I think I need a bit of a break, to be honest with you. So, somebody else, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Stuart, how are you doing, mate? Thanks very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. I was up last night when I saw your post. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the moment. It's just I'm just struggling for motivation at the minute. I've got loads of ideas of videos that I can do and things that I can share with you, but I'm just struggling for motivation. I mean, I'm putting out some well, at least I think I'm putting out some decent content, but they just seem to flop, and I don't know. It's something that I'm doing that's just not capturing people's imagination. Um, so I don't know. I think I might just take a break from it, at least live streaming for a little bit. But yeah, but maybe I'll carry on doing the odd video and see how that goes. Um, let's see who else is coming. Becky, how are you doing? Thanks very much for coming in. The Hoff, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How's your habanero plant coming on? Um, mate, that's lice candens. It's completely normal. You'll find your mojo. Yeah, hopefully. It's just yeah. Angela Gordon, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. You're giving us strength. Uh, that's a nice thing to hear. I just need some for myself at the minute. Yeah. What have I done with my glasses? Let's see. I can't see my glasses. Um, don't blame me. I'm taking it. See, Becky. With everything that's going on with you, how are you coping at the moment, and how's your little bump going? Um, and I'm glad you came in, so I can say a massive congratulations to you. I saw your post, and yeah, really happy for you. Alhamdulillah, brother. Both plants you gave flowers on them, fantastic. I mean, my habaneros have just started. Some of my habaneros have started flowering. Let me just put that on silent. Apologies for that. Some of my habaneros have started flowering. Some of them have got set fruit, and three of them were flowering really nicely. And I smashed three plants yesterday. I mean, I was trying to cover them because August is getting a little bit colder than expected. So I was trying to put cold frame over the top of them, and I missed placing it. And I placed them right. I placed the frame right on top of the middle crown of the plant. So I smashed three habanero plants and a spaghetti chili as well, which is a bit which is a bit sad. Um, be open. Yeah, I'm trying to be. We hope you'll return when you're ready. I'll keep doing the odd video and keep that ticking over. But I think from live streaming, I just need a bit of a break. It, it's become like at the moment. I mean, with the uh, YouTube and managing the Facebook page as well, it's become pretty much a full-time job. Um, and it is a lot of work. Um, we hope you'll return. Yeah, I think a lot of us are beginning to experience burnout at the moment, so don't worry about it. I mean, the thing is about with YouTube and social media and stuff, unless you're pumping out stuff all the time, you people forget about you really quickly, and you become a little bit irrelevant unless you're producing stuff all the time. Don't if that.
No, I'm just
Okay.
putting my sock into the
So
holes.
that's one of the things that's put the pressure on me to put out a lot of videos. And so I mean I've done that. I've but for some reason they just don't get the views. They just don't get that momentum, and they struggle. So I don't know what. I just need to take some time and think about they're not why they're not taking off. I mean, some yeah. Uh, glad it's not only me breaking the plants. See, Andrew. I've been quite clumsy. I was quite disappointed with that because they were flowering, they were budding, and put the cold for. I tried protecting them, and did them more damage than if I'd have just left well alone. Um, Really excited. Bumpy's starting to get in the way now, so I've got helpers to manage the allotments.
Why is 16 people not liked and I mean that
So
15?
there we go. So if you
No,
haven't
14.
hit the like, there's our warning. If you haven't hit the like for us, just do hit that like for us.
No,
It'll
now it's
really appreciate it.
I'm confused.
If you no for 30 so half, if you look at it, for 30,000 subscribers, if I'm getting 1,000, 2,000 subscriber views, that's really poor. I mean, my average is about 2,000, maybe 3,000 views per video, and that's very, very poor for the subscriber count. It's not. It's less than 10%. I I see a lot of YouTubers putting out a lot. I'll be honest with you, they put out a lot of rubbish, and they're getting 10, 15,000 views per video. And that's what I should be expecting for the subscriber count.
What? That's the
So
mouse.
I don't know
Why
what
is
I'm
that
doing.
like that?
I don't know. Something's wrong with the Chrome. Will you be leaving your videos up on YouTube? Yeah, I mean everything that's on is going to stay on. Um, yeah, everything that's there is going to stay there, and yeah, that's always going to be there. Um, and you can always make. I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm on. I'll still be putting out some videos, just not as much. The cadence in the early days was good. See, it it was doing well. So we there's a couple of videos that have done really well. But apart from that, I've put up something like in the space of 2.5 years. I've got nearly three. I've got more than 350 videos up there, and plus the weekly live stream. So there's loads and loads of stuff up there. Um, Blues Food, how are you doing, Pam? Thanks very much for coming in. We're watching and they don't want us to grow our own. See, Andrew, that's exactly what it is. That's why I've been trying to put up. I mean, some weeks I've put up 3 videos a week, or at least 2 videos plus the live stream. So I was hoping that I'd trigger the algorithm and keep me, keep me in up and going. But the videos just don't seem to take off. There's lots of people on holiday in the summer. That might be an impact on viewing figures. Bobby, I thought that. I mean, that's one of the things that I was having a chat about with my wife about earlier. That's one of the things she suggested. But when I'm looking at some of the other videos that some absolute faff that some other people are putting up, and they're getting 10, 15,000 views, and it's like, where am I? And my videos, yeah, they're just way behind. Um, Sky, hope you're keeping well. Are you coming to Malvern with your dad this year? Um, you have time to take. You have to take time out for you. If you don't, you burn out. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that might be going on. It might just be a bit of burnout that's going on, but let's see. Dean's lost the plot. How are you doing, mate? Thanks very much for coming in. Zena's World, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thanks very much for coming in. Just finished a 12-hour shift. How's everything? Not bad, mate. Not bad. Just need a break at the minute. I think I'm going to take a break from live streaming for a little bit and see how and get and it's hard work, man. I mean, it's really hard work. Let me just push this door shut so we're not getting a lot of background noise. Sorry about that. Doing good. Taking a day or two just to for me and Tanny. It's autumn solstice, so having fun planning stuff for tomorrow. I've just been sowing some more seeds actually. So we just sowed a load more seeds to go out. I've got my onion harvest coming up. Soon. Um, there's loads that just still needs doing, and yeah. Oh, so also the children are on holiday, so parents are having to keep them occupied and might not be able. See, Margaret, I mean, my wife suggested that, and we were having a chat about that earlier. But when other videos keep doing um, keep, keep doing so well, um, yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense. Um, can you keep the content the same and clickbait the title? See, I don't do clickbait. Um, see, do you know? I did a video about using mulch once, right? So I did a video about using mulch and different types of mulches and which one's the actual best one. And according in my opinion is compost doesn't make the best mulch. So I put that as don't use compost. What's the best mulch? Don't use compost. And I was on this permaculture group, and they went mental when they saw that. Do you know? I mean, a lot of them were Charles Dowding fans, and but they went absolutely ballistic to the point where it got quite abusive, and I ended up getting kicked out of that group because simply because of what's the best mulch and the history of Nordic gardening. So I stay away from clickbait. I don't like using clickbait. I don't like misleading people. Um, let's see. So Stinky Puddle Ranch. That's a lovely name. How are you doing? Thanks very much for coming in. Malvern, if mine, and Leslie is mine. So the kids aren't coming with you then, Dean. I've fallen behind my garden massively, so only knows how you manage videos at the same time. I mean, to do one video, it probably takes me about an hour or two to film a 10-minute video, and then it can take equal amount of time to edit that video, and then same amount of time places, and then yeah, posting it about different places, and then answering comments. And one of the things that with the comments is I like to answer every comment. I don't like to when people comment on my videos. I do like to get back to them and make sure that they know that I've actually read what they've said. Um, I think that's important. Um, Little Farmer's Farm. Tony, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Well, if you want me to fill in with a Saturday light, Dean, be my guest. You can take over. I mean, I was hoping to do another uh, My Family Garden and Friends stream, but if you want to take over and be my guest, yeah, you can do a takeover every Saturday if you want. Um, Georgie, how are you doing? Evening. We all need to take a break sometimes. Yeah, I think uh, that's what we need. I think that's where I'm at the minute. Um, you just finished writing a song. Fantastic. Um, that's awesome. I've taken a small break at the moment as I don't have many, won't have any videos this week either. With the crash and everything, my back's not. See, your car was quite wrecked. That I'm surprised. I'm glad you're not hurt, but it's a right nightmare when you're off the road. When I've been off the road now since my I've had a string of bad luck with cars since my car got written off in January. Then I got the other one, and then that got the engine blew up on that one. Uh, I lost out on that, and then I'm still carless at the moment. So because I was hoping to come up set a date to come up to yours, but I'm still carless at the moment. Um, Rilesome Jimmies. What does Rilesome Jimmies mean? What does Riles from Jimmy's mean? Um, could have been worse, Becky, but you don't need that group here. You have us. Absolutely, yeah. Uh, I'm permaculture plan, but I love you YouTube and the best mulch. I found it really interesting and helpful. If those permies can't remember to value diversity and approach, then yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. The thing some people take is if they've heard it from if they it's becoming like dogma, and some people don't like thinking of different methods or thinking about different ideas or questioning the same old ideas. People don't like that, and it becomes like a dogma, and it becomes quite kind of cultish. Me, I've the thing if I've done something 10 times and someone says, "Here, try something different," I'll give it a go. Mate, some of the Bangladesh UK gardening channels are a joke. They talk nonsense. See, I looked. Do you know? I got. I look. That's what I'm talking about. You know, some of those channels they're getting 10, 15,000 views per video, and it's rubbish. And I'm gonna be quite frank actually. So let's see what happens. We're getting some comments deleted. So if that person's been quite rude, then just kick them out. Uh, yeah, whoever that person is, if they're being rude, just kick them out. I didn't see the comment. Um, Stick with me. I really enjoy your videos. I only follow yourself and Tony Smith and Dowding. Um, Cheers. Thank you. Rahad, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thanks very much for coming in. Um, it's important to recognise the need to take a break. Look at the young gymnast pulling out in the middle of the. See, I saw that. There's a lot of people doing it now. I saw a English cricketer do it as well. He's taken a break for a while. Um, yeah, so let's. So well, I mean, I'll still put some videos out and but just take the Saturdays off for a little bit, especially with summer holidays, and just have a bit of time to chill with the kids. Um, so we're in the same boat, both colours. How are you gonna? I'm hoping. I was hoping to have had a car by now, but they're so expensive. Do you know? I don't know if it's just lockdown or the effects of Brexit as well, but the car prices have just gone. They've gone up. Do you know everything that you could have got? Everything just seems like a couple of £1,000 more expensive at the moment. Um, it just seems like it's gone up. Apologies, guys. We have a troll this evening. If that troll keeps messing about, just block him. Uh, Toss, you've been in for a while, and I don't think I've said hello to you. And the reason is I'm on top chat instead of live chat, so I do apologise that I've seen your name and I meant to say hello to you a while ago. So I'm really sorry about that. Just comments against vaccines on a gardening channel. Yeah, just block him. If he wants to be a troll, just kick him out. Um, so it's good to see people prioritizing mental health in sport. We should all do this. Yeah, and especially with guys as well. They don't talk about it. Do you know? Um, it's been and do you know like from especially a Bangladeshi Asian culture. It If you talk about mental health and say I'm feeling a little bit down, automatically they're thinking, right, do we need to institutionalize it? Uh, yeah. Alicia Khalik, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thanks very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Um, Gardening is all about learning, developing new ideas, and passing that information on. Absolutely. I mean that's exactly what I think. You have a bit of fun, and it should be fun as well. You know, until as soon as it stops, um, stop being fun. Yeah, it is a hobby, and it needs to remain like that. Was in relation to that permaculture group getting wound up for no. Yeah, exactly. I get you now. I get you now. Um, your internet not good today. I hope drop. Is anyone else having a poor signal? I mean, I'm on full bars, so I don't know. So I don't know what's going on. Leslie's car was a write-off, so got paid out for it today. Leslie is a car in mine, but it's I don't. Yeah, I bet. See, do you know? I miss my Volvo. You know, do you know that Volvo I had? That red Volvo I had, Dean. You remember? That was absolutely. It was a solid tank. I would have if that wasn't if that didn't get written off. I would have kept that good for a good couple more years at least. Because it was heavy on fuel, but it was a beast. Yeah, everything's gone up, mate, and it's get yeah. See, Tony, I, th- I think prices are going up. I mean, I'm looking for a laptop at the moment. Because I mean, my laptop's struggling to edit videos at the moment, so I'm just uh, looking at getting a new laptop. And the prices of a decent laptop, yeah, it's mental. It's absolutely mental. You can't get the same kit that you could a year ago. Uh, yeah. Chrissy, how are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. I think breaks are great for rest and perspective. Take all the time to. We'll still be here. See, I know. Do you know the guys who like you guys who are always here on a Saturday night? Every Saturday you're here and you're here for a good chat. Um, but I know you guys will be here once I get back to it. Me, you, me. Us two in an asylum. We'll tear that place up in no time. So gotta go. Pizza is right. Becky, you go enjoy your pizza. Have a good evening. Gardening is great for your state of mind, unless the weeds are rampant, then it's a pain in the. Uh, I'm quite lucky with weeds, you know. Do you know? Because I stick a lot of mulch down. I'm quite lucky with weeds. Um, uh, so let's see. No, it's on my end. Okay, so everyone else is having a decent internet. Okay. It's been on and off twice for me, but all good now. Signal is good. Okay. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Rock and roll rambling. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. You do what's good for you and your family. It's supposed to bring you pleasure too, not just your watchers. You do what you think is right. Yeah, you've always done right. I'm sure. See, I yeah, I think a break from live stream, and it'll give me a little bit of, it'll give me another evening with the kids as well, because especially during these holidays, I took them out for a little walk, well, a walk and up to a playground area today. So I don't know if anyone knows St Ives in Bingley, just outside Bradford. But we went up there and yeah, had a great day out. And on the way back, we were driving through the country, and there was these little farmhouses, dotted about all over the place. And uh, I got my mind dreaming about one day being in a little farmhouse like that, and then maybe. Uh, so Becca, the internet's dropping constantly all day in Hertfordshire. Um, what's the weather like? Is it the weather that's causing an issue? Take a break and come back. You do stellar work and me, and one of my faves on YouTube. Much love from Cape Town, South Africa. That's a really nice thing for you to say. Thank you very much. I noticed that there was a lot of gaps in fresh veg in the supermarkets at the moment, presumably linked to breakdown in the supply chain. Um, so would you? Yeah, I think so. I think that there's stuff just not coming through. A lot of processed stuff is still coming through because they've still got a lot of the stock that they can process and push through, but a lot of the fresh stuff is struggling. Uh, no chips are being made. Lack of materials to make. Yeah, Zena's world. That's exactly. See, I one of see, I'm not the best person when it comes to technology. Um, And so I spoke to there's a young kid who helps me out when I need this sort of thing, when I'm looking for a new phone or when I'm looking for a computer or something. So I phone him up and say, "Can you help me find a computer?" And he's telling me something about microchips as well at the minute not being in short supply. Khadi, what's the matter? Do you want to come over and sit down? Come on, you don't need to spy on me. Does homegrown veg taste different to shop bought veg? Definitely. Do you know? Um, I hate tomatoes, or I hated tomatoes. I really didn't like tomatoes.
I don't like tomatoes.
But since I started growing my own tomatoes, they're actually something with a bit of taste. Do you know, like the shop stuff? It tastes thick. It tastes bland. It tastes powdery. I mean, a homegrown tomato, you pick that off the vine, pop it into your mouth. It's sweet. It's fresh. It's juicy. It's absolutely lovely. Yeah, it really does taste better. Same with peas. Do you know, we with the kids, we're just picking off peas. One of the best things to around when we are picking peas was I picked the peas. Zaki's lined up. Khadijah's lined up for me to peel the pod and give them peas, and they're so sweet. You know, they just really taste good. I just bought a new laptop from and couldn't get anything decent. See, Tony, I bought my laptop for a similar price about a year ago.
Oops.
And it was, you know, like not a year ago, about 3 years ago, and it was like top of the range. You know, for that sort of price, it was one of the best. You were getting the best thing on the market, but for that sort of price, now you're getting an average laptop. Um, I always love your advice. Really easy to follow. You're very welcome, John. That's yeah. I'll keep the videos coming. So just maybe a couple a month rather than trying to get at least 5 or 6 videos out a month. Um, I grew my first ever plant a few days ago. Lively fig, that's fantastic. What did you grow? Yeah, yeah. What did you grow? Tell us. A lot of UK gardening channels have been doing it for years. I think it takes time to get views and subscribers. The thing is, I'm doing really good on the subscriber front. Do you know, in 2.5 years, I'm over 31,000 subscribers. It's good, but the views don't match the subs. Yeah, they just don't. Um, you're doing what we all want to do. Thanks for sharing and inspiring us. Zena, yeah. I mean, I'd look. Do you know what? I keep having this little dream. Do you know, when I was coming back from our day out today, I was talking to the kids about what would you like to come and live on a farm? Would you like to do that? I mean, I'd love to be on. Do you know, in a small house,
Small house.
away from everyone, in the middle of the countryside,
Middle of nowhere.
with a few with maybe 50 sheep, a couple of cows, and a horse for you. Yeah, that'd be my dream.
I want to ride a horse.
Um,
Wait, can you ride cows?
so
Can you ride cows?
can you ride cows? You can probably ride a cow. I think I'd break its back. So question to everyone: what you sowing in August, folks? So Tony, there's loads of stuff. I mean, radishes, onions, potatoes, radicchio. Can I ride a horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can ride a horse. Um, um, what else?
How come you would?
Overwintering onions. There's loads. I've just made a video today actually on that, and that'll hopefully go out tomorrow. So straight after this live stream, it'll be editing that video and getting that out for tomorrow morning. So the weather here in Herefordshire is great. Temperature 17 to 20. Rain at night. Slugs are coming out. It won't be anything high in it.
When I ride my bike on the streets after it's raining, there's slugs everywhere.
There's slugs everywhere, isn't there, at the moment?
Yeah. And Zaki nearly stepped in one.
So it's more important than ever to grow your own. Helping us is very important. See, it really is important to grow your own. I mean, I think there's gardening in itself is good for you physically. I mean, it's good for you mentally. Just being outside, getting dirty, getting you in the fresh air is good for you mentally. The food it always tastes better, and you're getting fresh. It just yeah, it's just brilliant. If you rob the store, prices are better. My daughter doesn't like to see Andrew. I never like tomatoes, but the homegrown ones, you know, like the shop bought tomatoes. Okay, yeah, if you use them in cooking, fine. Yeah, but if you use them as, you know, like in a fresh salad, it just they taste like mud. But I love the homegrown ones. I absolutely love them. Mark, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. My 4-year-old nephew didn't like tomatoes till I convinced him to try one of the sun golds. That's a variety I've not grown before. Your advice is a blessing, and oh, thank you very much. Properties are high price with low. See, yeah. Do you know, just for like a 3 bedroom house with 10 acres of land, you're looking at upwards of 500,000. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's beyond most people's dreams. Beyond. I mean, it's in my dreams, but I don't know if I'll ever get there. I don't know if I'll ever get there unless this YouTube really takes off and I become a YouTube millionaire. And the chance of that happening are probably about that big. I'll make sure you'll have your seeds for planting next year because see, that's a video that I wanted to do. That's a video that I wanted to do. Drop, you know, on seed saving and talking about seed saving and the importance of seed saving. Um, but let's see if I can get around to doing it. Don't shop in supermarkets. Grow your own. Sh- See, I want to. This is another thing, right? You know, we talk about or a lot of YouTubers and a lot of social media people talk about self sufficiency. And personally, I don't think self sufficiency is the way to go. I think we need community sufficiency. We don't, because self sufficiency, if you're completely independent and you can grow your own, you don't need anyone else. Um, but that I don't think that's the perfect thing for you to be doing, and no one's going to be for a single person to be self sufficient on normal productive agriculture methods. You're talking at least about 5 acres of land for a small family. Um, but rather than trying to be self sufficient, if we're community sufficient and we're helping each other, and then if there's someone who's not there, who can't get to being self sufficient, we can give them a helping hand. If we've got a bit of excess, we can help each other. But self sufficiency, I don't think is for an individual level is the way to go. I think it's communities that we need to build that, you know, that community self sufficiency, or that community build that tribe. So, guys, if you we've got 45 people watching, 28 likes. If you haven't hit that like for me, please hit that like. It'll help. Um, so I grow tomatoes for my family, but I don't eat them myself. I do love the smell of the plants. Yeah, I like the smell of tomato plants. Sometimes, sometimes, do you know, when you've been pruning tomatoes and you come in and wash your hands and you get that green juice just dripping off your hands. You know, the water turns green. uh, I don't think you realise how much information is being noted. Um, do you mean from me, or I enjoy murdering some of your? That's another thing. I wanna do some more cooking videos as well, but let's see. To be honest, because there's been loads of requests for some cooking videos and sharing a few more recipes, but let's see. To be honest, I'm not sure. Our garden is actually 2 months behind everyone else's, so no room for anything. See, Becca, the one in my grey greenhouse. There's one plant in there, and that's doing absolutely fantastic. You know, there's flowers everywhere. There's pods coming off everywhere. Um, I've got a few outside. They're doing okay. I mean, they struggled a bit. They struggled a bit in May, June time because June was a bit off. They recovered in July, and they're starting to look a bit miserable again since it's turned cold again. Um, and they're flowering, and they've got a few pods on. And I've got this massive one in my red greenhouse. It's absolutely. It looks like it's taken over the place. You know, it's hit the roof and it's growing horizontally across the trellis, and it's just massive. But there's no pods on it at all. It's absolutely huge. Um, so we've got four plants, or we've got plants in different locations, um, and they all seem to be doing different. And the red greenhouse is hotter anyway. It's warmer, and I'd have thought it's more fertile in there. I'd have thought it'd have done fantastic in there. I've been on YouTube 4 years, and I'm currently at 3,730. Love my little following. Um, See, if anyone doesn't know Dean's Lost the Plot, go and say hello to him because he does some absolutely brilliant videos, and he's very funny as well. Um, except when he's trolling me. Uh, um, you can't ride a cow, just you can ride a cow. Um, you can get a small farm in the middle of the USA for relatively cheap, but you have to live it. um, I want I want what you want, countryside. See, yeah, I want that. I really do want that. Um, we'll just make a huddle video, and I bet Bengalis will watch it because, see, Hoff, do you know what you're saying there, right? Loads of Bengalis came on and asked me about doing an update on huddles and doing an update on bottle gourds. So I did one earlier this month, and it completely flopped. I mean, it's got about 2,000 views on it, and it's like the people who asked for it didn't even bother commenting to say yes, thanks for coming on and doing the video for us. So yeah, um, my slugs are getting flying lessons. See, Dean's always showing off with his onions. The guy grows some absolutely monster onions. He brought some down to my house, and he says they weren't his biggest ones, but they were like they were huge. Um, See, the other thing, Dean, I was showing my kohlrabi today. It's probably about that big. So, if you get both hands, if I get both of my hands together, it's about that big at the moment. Um, but I don't know if it's going to keep growing. Let's see what this recent rain does. As long as it doesn't split in that rain and it keeps growing, then hopefully we've got a chance of something. Um, so I've got tons of snails this year. Completely stripped my last transplanted dwarf beans to nothing. If you've got a cold frame or something, or if you've got some kind of cover, like a row cover or some kind of hoop cover that you can put over the bed, you can still get dwarf beans, planted direct into the ground. Uh, I can get something cheaper in North Scotland like myself. The only problem is nothing grows and it's cold. See, Andrew, I struggle in the cold. Yeah, ask Jeremy Clarkson for a hectare of his land. He's got half the UK. See, that's the thing. The landowners, the a lot of the landowners, they've had it in their family for generations, or the multi-millionaires that have got these landowners, and farming in the conventional way. If I could get hold of maybe 20 acres, I'd transform it, man. I'd absolutely transform it. I keep planning on what I'd do with 20 acres. Massive, massive. Dig a couple of lakes, grow your own fish, build a stream. It is very important. Looking after exactly. I mean, I'm on that. Um, Apparently, watering with rainwater has more nematodes and infected slugs and keep them down. Uh, So rainwater has more nematodes. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's interesting. I mean, I make my own nematodes for free at home, and I use that. But I'll have to. If you've got something to read on that, then that'll be interesting to read. Grow shape Phil, how are you doing? Thanks very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Um, Prices are very high, but they're way better than in the UK. See, communities in Germany that decide between themselves who's growing what each year, and they share everything. See, that'd be a good. See, I keep having this thought, right? Do you know? Imagine if, uh, do, do you like a small plot of land with a small house and 10 acres of land can cost about £500,000, but if we can get 10 people and get uh, to go from a 10 acre farm to a 100 acre farm, it's only about a 500 grand jump. So just upwards of £1 million, you can get a 100 acre, 150 acres, around that sort of range. So I was thinking, if you can get 10 people and everyone buy that together, and then just stick a few caravans on there, and then everyone can live there as a small, just as a small village, and you can all divvy up that 100 acres, and take your 10 acres, and you've paid hardly anything. You've paid a lot less for it. But it's finding those people that you can do it with. I'd love to do that with someone if anyone's interested. Um, yeah, we could share our surplus, look after each other. I think, in times of crisis, we always come together with the community. We always do better with the community. Um, that's what a lot of the whole self. See, we can't. We're social beings. We're social animals. We can't do, completely independent. I think we'd struggle. People, lockdown should have proved that to people. People haven't seen other people. They're dying for that social interaction. They're dying for that. They're yearning for that contact with other people. And I think people, I think the, I think a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people on social media, they do the public a disservice by talking about self sufficiency and, look, I'm all that. But I think they do. Yeah, I think they perpetuate that myth, and it's not a good thing to be doing. I meant to do a video called "The Myth of Self Sufficiency," but yeah, maybe I'll do something. Uh, do you realise it'll take 10 minutes before he reads this? Not 10 minutes, Dean. Only eight. It's only eight. Um, I've been using rainwater as soon as we get a heavy. I think they've just been hiding. Yeah, I think the rainwater's brought out the moistness in the soil after that dry July that we had. I think they've all just, all the eggs have hatched and they've all just popped out from everywhere. I'm in the States and would gladly marry someone who wants a partner. To someone who wants to, yeah. See, I'd love to build a community. Like that? You could build your own little village. Yeah, on 100 acres of land. Just imagine, 100 acres, 150 acres of land. Just stick a few caravans on there, and everyone take a little plot for themselves. And yeah, you don't need to be connected to the mains because we could compost all the pool. The only thing that we need is electric. We could generate that ourselves. We could. The only thing that you need is, water, fresh drinking water. But for water for the plants, we'll find that in the soil, or we'll bring that from this. We'll call it from the sky, because you can call down rain. Plant enough trees and you'll be calling down rain. Um, what's the best thing to grow in case of electric grid should shut down over winter? Um, what do you mean? Do you mean to grow to provide electricity, or to grow to eat? Because if you're growing at this time of the year, stock up on the essentials. You know, we we're I'm sowing loads of onions at the moment because we use a lot of onions, so we'll use them next year. Um, but we're harvesting at the moment. We'll be harvesting soon loads of squash. Soon we'll be harvesting loads and loads of potatoes, and we'll just stockpile them and go through winter with them. So if you want a lot of storable produce or heavy calorie storable produce, the time to sow them is pretty much gone. But radishes are quick to crop. Salads, leafy things, they're quick to crop. That now still a good good time to grow. Um, See, Phil, when you 2,000 views, but when you're comparing it to the subscriber count, it is a bit of a flop. And when you're comparing some of the trash some other people put out and they're getting 15,000 views, um, yeah, it's just something I'm doing wrong that I just don't seem to be able to trigger YouTube to promote the videos. Uh, where's the best place to get seeds? Oh, I want to grow lye. Um, See, lye. Where we got seeds from Bangladesh a long time ago, and we just save our own seed every year. Is it easy to grow Edo? The tubers is not easy at all. We don't get it's not warm enough to grow them, but you can eat the leaf, and sometimes if you're lucky, you can get some lota growing as well. Um, but the leaves are really easy to grow. Have you considered doing some algorithm friendly videos like top tens? Unfortunately, with YouTube works short, snappy videos tend to do best. See, um, do you know that it's been suggested to do something like do the clickbaity type videos, but it's not me. Do you know? It's not me, and I think people, are, like you do these top tens and stuff like that, and I I, I remember doing a video with my top 10 or tips for composting, and it did okay, but it didn't do brilliant. Um, but I could do some top 10 vegetables. I did another video called Five Fast Seeds. 5 seeds to grow for really quick harvest. But they come across, they're really cheesy type of videos, and when people are doing that, a lot of it is they do put a lot of BS in there, and I don't like that sort of thing. So I don't know. I don't know if I go down the route of that, then I think I'll lose a lot of my tribe because I mean people like me because I'm down to earth, and I'm quite honest, and I see those kind of videos, and they're very. Um, I want to try and find a polite word to say, but uh, just keep talking about your farm and make it happen. One day, I mean, I'm really in it. I'm really thinking about it. In Small Heath allotments, a gang was stealing all the crop. Oh, that's horrible, man. That's horrible. And Hoff, you take care. Thanks very much for coming in, and I'll see you soon. And thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Uh, See, this communal farming system has worked really well here in New Zealand. I th- See that do you know, like New Zealand, Australia? These are the birthplace of permaculture, and or the permaculture as we know it today, or this modern idea of permaculture. And I think that people over there have taken it on board and they're living it. Whereas in the US, it's become very much permaculture has become like a buzzword, and it's becoming that way in the UK as well, where everyone thinks, "Oh, right, I'm doing some intercropping, I'm doing permaculture," whereas they don't actually realize that gardening is probably a tiny part of permaculture. Um, with the majority of permaculture being around politics, being around economics, being around everyday life skills, and building sustainable communities. And gardening's a tiny tiny bit, and it's become a bit hipster style. Um, See, the government's about to make it illegal to be living full time in caravans. There's always ways through. See, the thing is, if you can build, if you can get temporary accommodation on a piece of land and then prove that that you need to be living there, you can get planning permission and get build a permanent residence. And that's one of the ways around building on green belts. Uh, so I would suggest shipping containers housing the next. See, my shipping containers, caravans, anything. Little log cabins, anything like that. Um, yeah, anything like that'd work. But we need is finding those people that you can do it with, or the people are on on the same wavelength. See, I know he isn't talking about me when he with the trash videos 10, 15. Dean, we've talked about a couple of them anyway. So you know what I'm talking about a little bit. Um, we could have hobbit houses built into the land. I think where's Toss gone? Because you're in New Zealand. Hobbit houses would be perfect. My brother is building a workshop out of them on his land in Illinois. In Illinois. Um, yeah. See, top 10 like Tony did, for example, isn't a clickbait video, mate. It helps you share the community. No, not that. Not that. I don't think he's talking about like that. Like top ten. Like top 10 tips for chilies or something like that, or top ten seeds to plant for self-sufficiency. You get loads of those that kind of videos. If you plant these veg, you'll never need to eat. You'll never need to buy anything again. Those kind of videos. Um, I think that's the more top 10 type of video that I was talking about. Um, I'm gonna start a few vids. I'm gonna start a few as my vids have been lacking recently. Um, um, so I'm sure you'll get the views and focus on topics you're passionate about, and we'll see that. Um, see Rainbow 76, Rainbow Nina here. Sorry, got here late, but just wanted to say I love your channel. You're the person that finally got me into gardening, and it's helped me with a very stressful life. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you very much. Um, I'm glad I could help. Most YouTubers tend to get one-time views, but you're building a loyal viewer base. Um, See, mo- most of my views and everything has come from one video. And um, it's so a lot of those people aren't, that they're not watching other things. Um, Also, as far as YouTube goes, if you want to increase views, it has to be your main job. Sometimes that causes issues in itself. And see, Nina, it's pretty much become my main job. I probably give YouTube more time than I give anything else. So I work part time or close to part time ish, and YouTube and supporting YouTube and building YouTube and building my sort of Facebook and all of that. That takes up so much time. I'm probably giving it at least 3 or 4 days a week. So if you need more than that, then I think, yeah, anyone would struggle. Maybe a change in format from time to time might help. Yeah. See, but what? Yeah, you gotta give me a bit more than that. Change your format, but you gotta. What do you mean? Um, Andrew, you take care, and I'll see you again soon. Uh, Karen, thanks very much for coming in. No, I thought I'd come on and share share it with everyone as well on here, and maybe not be yeah. Make sure people know. Uh, I've seen those top tens, but it's a robot talking through it. Uh, uh, I live not far from when Rohan was filmed. Ah, okay. So you be yeah. That's amazing. Um, that'd be fantastic. That my dad was 75 and discovered your video about tomato blight and loved it. Um, has your dad been gardening a long time, Bobby? Um, oh, I should say, loved it. He went to greenhouse and took action. uh, Dean is a big world. YouTube's a big world. It's cool. It's all fine. Um, uh, do Zoom. What do you mean do Zoom? Do you mean on the live streams? Because we do that. I used to do that once a month. So I'd bring on other guests and I'd bring on interviews. Um, we've had a couple of soil scientists on in the past. Some permaculture special teachers as well. Um, but yeah, so you've been a source of real information, Alex. Really, Becca, you're very welcome. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Yeah, you've been gardening for over 50 years. So you're really good at this. Um, Bobby, thanks, mate. I'll come down and help you film based on my comments. You know. uh, so do Zoom meetings so you can talk to us. Um, yeah, the thing is, we'll let's get back to let's um see that do Zoom meetings with individual people that'll just take even more time and the whole I'd, I I mean I give it to some people but um it's the time finding the time for that sort of thing would kill me. If it was fellas, you need to get Bollywood music out and dance in the garden. I'm not dancing. Yeah, I'm not. No chance. No chance. See, do you know? If anyone saw that rainwater harvesting video, the only reason I did that, I started running around screaming I'm Batman, um, was because I had a 7 year. Well, no, she's not seven anymore, is she? She's eight. My 8 year old daughter saying, "No, you've got to do it. You've got to do it." And do you know? I was what's the word? I was pumped up by an 8 year old. uh, for us, Phil, you need to get. No, I read that one. I think you're talking about what YouTube and StreamYard is better. Um, see, I did a webinar. I did a webinar on for Gaia University, and I shared that out. Um, I shared that out. Quite a few places. We've got 48 people in here right now. 10 people turned up to that. So I spent probably 2 hours with those people, talking to them. You know, speaking to them, answering their questions. But people don't turn out to them. They just don't turn out to them. Um, Ever think about doing a paid course? Uh, um, do you know what? I think I thought about it, and I've been on a couple of paid courses, and especially introduction to gardening type courses, and you pay, and you pay, uh, uh, and when you pay for that, all you get in it basically, apart from learning a few names of plants and a few different plants, all you get in is all you're doing is paying someone to say, here, put the seed under the soil, and there's only very much about, here, put the seed under the soil, that you can do. This kind so for me, this sort of information should be free. I mean, I do I do videos on Patreon, so if people want to support me, they can support me on there. But to be honest with you, a lot of, unless you're actually doing some kind of gardening qualification that people can take it on and become, get a job or get some kind of return from, these sorts of introduction to gardening, and especially promoted by some of these, yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I think it's a bit of a, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to take people's money like that. Do Zoom meetings about keto, healthy living, homesteading. See, I don't believe in keto. I do believe in healthy living, but I don't believe in keto. Homesteading, yeah. So I'll probably upset a few
Boo!
people there. Um, um, Dean, what did you say? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. What don't you believe?
I want to read it.
A lot of videos that get loads of views are reaction videos, gardening reaction videos, maybe.
You will
or
never see this.
see, video.
What's this?
See, Rahad, I did loads of videos of going around seeing different places, and they don't get viewed. They don't get watched. The how tos get watched, but they don't get a regular sort of people. Have you seen this? What do you mean? You'll never see this again? Never see what again?
Why
Share.
does it look weird?
I don't, because it's getting dark now. Sharing our gardening knowledge with our children is so important. Dean, what's going on?
He's saying I do Zoom
I got
on Kent.
on keto.
Not you.
All right, you do Zooms. Yeah.
What does
See,
that even
I'm not.
mean?
I looked at keto diets and stuff like that, and I don't believe in it.
Reaction videos, titles for you. What?
Reaction video titles for you.
It's where you say your reaction. It's when someone's watching you react to a video.
What's going on? Who just gave you a heart attack?
Well.
You did, Khadija. It said she.
I don't know what's going on. There's people.
Is it because they just jumped in out of nowhere?
I just walked in.
Okay.
Okay, what's Dean
Fitness
talking
pizza,
about?
mama.
What?
See, Dean, I can bench press a pizza. Are we bench pressing pizzas today?
What's that?
What does that even mean?
What we eating today?
Lasagna.
Lasagna. Okay.
And samosas.
I'm gonna bench press some samosas. So my right hand's gonna get some exercise. Yeah.
Wait, Dad, can you show them what
Yeah.
I think bench press is?
Go on then.
Show them too.
No, you can't. No, don't.
Please.
No, don't mess with it. You little nutter. Right.
He's lying down and
guys,
shaking his legs in the air like he's riding a bike.
No,
We're on for 1 hour and 4 minutes.
reacting to BBC garden shows and put a funny twist on it.
Doing
reacting to
keto.
my animations on Purple
Thing
Map.
is, Rad, that'd get views, right? But
Reacting to BBC
see,
garden.
there's a little thing that I'm trying at the moment. What I'm trying to do is share, real information, and share, share.
Wait, look at this.
Share information on how.
Yeah, sorry, I can't.
Okay, stop it. On how people can grow food for free.
Help.
Right? So if I just turned it into a comedy channel or something like that, I'd lose everything that I'd built everything built so far.
I need your help me. Help.
You guys are crazy. Right.
You're
on that note,
crazy.
Can I jump on you?
No, you can't jump on me. On that note, we've gone past an hour, and
Guys, can you help me?
I'm gonna take. Yeah.
Help me.
I don't know when the next live's gonna be, so we're gonna be off.
Help me.
We're gonna be off live streaming for the next, for the at least for the short term.
Why?
And well, that's what I've been talking about for the last hour. So we can chill out together.
Oh no.
Oh no. So I say I'm gonna chill out with the kids. Oh, you're here. You're here. It's like, of course we can't have a party without you.
Wait.
Go on.
There's this food taco called
head.
Go on.
and in the night I went to ask Mom something, and Zaki just half woke up. I think he was still asleep. He just had his eyes
Sleep talking.
He just had his eyes closed and lifted his head and said, "Sana son."
So yeah, Zaki's got a thing for Bombay mix at the minute.
Yeah, he's been. I saw him.
Margaret,
eating.
exactly.
He's
So I'm gonna
eating
take a break from you guys to spend some more time with these guys. And I'm like, oh no.
Zaki,
Right.
Jeans,
Okay.
look at you.
On that note, we're gonna. It's okay.
You spell his name wrong. It's just
Right.
Z-A.
See you
You
next
spell
week.
his name wrong. It's meant to be Z-A.
No, it's fine. It's right. Where's the off button? Right. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all.
No.
Maybe soon.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye. Did I press
You're gonna
it?
press it.
No, I am.